Okay, the whole slide.
If you want, because I think it cut off at the beginning. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is a continuation for the discussion about Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam being influenced or not by the magic. For some reason we lost streaming, and now we'll resume it, we'll continue. And we are about the end of the discussion. We'll talk about the views of those who accept the report. The first point, they'll tell us, okay, if you reject the magic, you are adopting Mu'tazila thought. And this actually shouldn't be a point. Why? Because those who did not accept the magic, like Imam al-Jassas, Al-Hakim al-Naysaburi, Sheikh Fadl Abbas, Anatullah Subhani, Ahmad Nawfal, none of them was Mu'tazila. And the criteria should be, is the opinion right or not? Does it have the right evidence or not? Not who said it and who said it not. Because at times, you can coincidentally, your idea, your thought can be coincidentally in full agreement with what the Mu'tazila say. As an example, we have Ibn Taymiyyah and Ibn al-Qayyim say that the hellfire will reach to an end. Now, this is the exact view of some Mu'tazila, not all of them. So, but this did not, and Ibn Taymiyyah is aware of this. We cannot say that he didn't know that this is Mu'tazila. But that was not his criteria. His criteria was, where is the evidence? What does the evidence lead me to? So he thought that there is evidence for the end of the hellfire, away from who said it and who said it not. So our concern should not be the label, but rather the correctness, the soundness of the opinion, and of course in this regard, the integrity of the post or the position of the prophethood. You know, when we talk about magic, imagine, you know, we talked about this month of Ramadan, we talked about last week the claims that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam attempted suicide. Attempted suicide means he was not stable, right? If a person attempts suicide, he was not stable. And now he had the illusion. So is this the quality of a person Allah chose to be prophet for this post of prophethood? So we need to think about the image of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam if we accept such reports. And regarding the books of hadith, we know that number one, the authority of the Sunnah is established way before the literature of hadith. It is established during the days of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It is established after his death. It continued to be carried out throughout our history. So this shouldn't affect our belief in the authority of the Sunnah, and shouldn't affect our reference. You know, the books of Sunnah are the reference for us. They are human work. They are not infallible work. So no book from written by a human being can be error-free at all. So it's actually normal to see that this book has this mistake and this author has that mistake. We shouldn't be surprised if we have this. Actually, I'm saying that we should be surprised if we see the whole product of the hadith literature and the whole product of the tafsir and the whole product of the fiqh is just one solid opinion, and there is no difference, no mistakes here and there. This should solidify actually our trust in these books. Why? You know, those authors, they were very objective. Imam Bukhari, Imam Muslim, they did not at all conspire to hide any report. They presented to us the reports as reached them. And Al-Bukhari's book, we know that it has authentic reports, that it has suspended reports, mu'allaq, and it has balaghat. Last week we talked about the attempt of the suicide was from balaghat al-Zuhri. And it is there. So, yet they didn't hide it. Imagine if people, if the authors of the hadith, compilers of the hadith, conspired or plotted to hide certain reports, and then after that, some person discovered a manuscript in which it mentions these reports. You guys, you Muslims, through your all history, you conspired to hide this fact because you want to mislead people about your prophet. No, our scholars of hadith reported all of these reports as is. And it's our challenge to read, to navigate, to search, and to understand. Not to reject and not to discredit the hadith books. This should be an opportunity for us to study, actually. Not to question, not to have doubt about the position of the prophethood. Let's study, let's learn how to evaluate the hadith, how to have this critical reading of our literature. The conclusion, unless if you have any question, please. Yes?
When did these reports start to appear in history?
We said that it started in the year 150 by Muqatil, Mufassir. He reported it with no chain of narration. Before him, nothing, to what I know. You have Tafsir Mujahid and Majmu' al-Hadith lil-Imam Zayd, and the Tafsir, actually it is both. That 102, 1010, they died, no mention of this. And Al-Muwatta after the Muqatil, no mention of this. But it started with the year 150, to what I know. And he was not credible. We talked about this. We don't want to repeat هذا. Now, in general, Juz' Amma addresses all pillars of Iman. Iman billah, malaikatihi, kutubihi, rusulihi, al-yawm al-akhir, al-qadar, khayrihi wa sharrihi min Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And thus calling people in accordance to the Aqidah of Islam. It established the frame that Aisha talked about. You know, it's explained in a hadith of Imam al-Bukhari radallahu anh, when a man from Iraq came to Aisha, telling her, Ya al-Mu'mineen, I want your copy of Mus'haf. She told him, why? He told her, I want to أريد أن أؤلف مصحفي علي. I want to compile my Mus'haf based on the order of your Mus'haf. And she told him, what makes difference which surah you want to put first and which to put surah later on? Doesn't make any difference which surah you read first. But she told him about this frame, that the ayahs which were revealed in Mecca were talking about the Aqidah and the hereafter in order to build people and to prepare them. And when we moved to Medina, the ayat of Al-Baqarah and the Nisa started being revealed to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So in Mecca, the frame was established. And we talked about some incidents like the suicide attempt, the revelation suspension, forgetting parts of Quran, and the magic. I hope, inshallah Rabbil Alameen, that there will be something we benefited from. I personally benefited a lot. And I hope also that the audience here and online are getting it. And inshallah, if there is any feedback, you can post in the page and let me know. I stand for correction at any moment. Inshallah Rabbil Alameen. Our goal is to reach to the truth. Our goal is not to establish a certain perceived opinion. We should be objective, and we should, once an opinion is reached at based on the right evidences, we'll take it. And if there is at any time an evidence shows that this opinion is wrong, we'll stay away from it. And by this, I will conclude. Inshallah Rabbil Alameen. Please join us in the Facebook, and we have it, inshallah, it will be uploaded in the YouTube. And help in spreading the word, share this with others, and so on. Barakallahu fikum, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka Allahumma wa natubu ilayk. Allahumma ij'al ijtima'ana hadha ijtima'an ma'suman waj'al tafarruqana ba'dahu tafarruqan marhuman wa la tada' fina wa la baynana shaqiyyan wa la mahruman wal 'asri innal insana lafi khusr illa alladhina amanu wa 'amilus salihati wa tawasaw bil haqq wa tawasaw bis sabr. Wassalamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Taqabbalallahu ta'atukum jami'an.